Good morning and welcome. Today I'm going to share with you how I am creating a bread box. With all the food shortages that we're seeing, with the current condition of wheat throughout the world, you've got the war in Ukraine, you can't get fertilizer, we've got droughts, we've got floods, farmers can't get their seeds in the ground, or the corn and wheat will burn up because of the drought. I just think it's time to really prepare for what could be in the next 2 years, some severe wheat and corn shortages. So I wanted to create a bread box to put in with my other emergency foods, just strictly for baking bread, biscuits, rolls, pizza dough, whatever you need that's using flour. That's what I want to put in my box. Now this is going to go in a closet, sealed up, and I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to use everything else first. So the first thing I did, and I'll share with you in the video how to do this, is I bought 2 of the big King Arthur bags from Costco, and they were around $9 a bag. But I repackaged it into 3-cup paper bags, and then I sealed it with my vacuum sealer. So the first step, let's back up and go to the first step. The first step you do when you come home with your bag of flour is you put it in the freezer for 3 days. And you freeze out any little bug eggs or bugs, because if you don't, those things will hatch and get all in your flour. So that's the first step. Second step was I measured it out in 3 cups, which is, went back and looked at my recipes, and 3 cups is about the right measurement for most bread and biscuits. So I did it in 3-cup paper bags. So it's all nice and tight, airtight, sealed. So I have 24 packages from 2 bags of flour, and they're in this box. I also have 1 big gallon bag of soft white wheat berries. Now I also have these in storage in another place, but I wanted to put 1 bag in here. These need to be ground into flour, and I do have a grinder, but if you are really into the healthy breads, you could also put your wheat berries in here. Okay, the next thing in my box is salt. You're going to need salt, so go ahead and pick up a couple of extra things of salt next time you're in the store and put those in a box. Don't open them, just leave them sealed up. Then you're going to need some sugar, so I just took some of my sugar and put it in the glass jar, because a lot of recipes call for 1 or 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I put that in the box. Also, you're going to need some yeast. Now typically, if you want long-lasting yeast, you would put this in the freezer. And I do have yeast in my freezer, but I just bought this from Sam's, and it's a 2 1-pound blocks. They're nice and sealed up, so I'm going to put these in my box. Then you need some baking powder, and this also came from Sam's. It was a really good price, and these are 2 large containers. So you've got to have baking powder in a lot of your bread recipes, so we're going to put that in the box. And then baking soda. I have a big box of baking soda that I picked up at Walmart. So check all your dates, make sure they're at least 2023, 2024. All right, so the next thing we need to look at is a fat. And you can use Crisco to make biscuits, but you're gonna need some kind of grease to grease your pan too. So I only have this. I'm going to get the smaller one to put in my box, but you need Crisco. And now my mom and my grandmother made their biscuits with Crisco. I have tried and tried to make biscuits with Crisco. I just can't do it. They do not turn out. But I have mastered making it with butter. So, and you can't put butter in here. So I've got butter in the freezer, and if it came down to it, I could just try again to learn how to make it with Crisco. But you should probably put some Crisco in here. And then the last thing, and I do need the smaller Crisco, to fit in my box. The last thing is powdered milk. Now I like this brand. This is dry whole milk. I don't like that no fat mess. I like whole milk powdered. And a lot of your bread recipes call for powdered milk. So this is a good brand. You find this in the Hispanic food section at Walmart, or you can get it on Amazon. And this works great. So I'll need to put this in here as well. So this is what I'm calling my bread box. And I'm going to put everything in here. I'm going to put on my lid, have a lid for it, seal it up, and then put it in the closet. And I'm not going to worry about this right now. I just want this for down the road when I've used all my other supplies up. So stay tuned, because later in the video I'm going to show you how I packaged all this flour up into 3 cups. I just felt like that was easier, and the air out of it's going to make it last longer. And so I'll show you how I did that. But I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing. I hope you are as well, filling up your pantry and stocking up, because things are getting higher in price, and the availability on the wheat and corn and grains may be very limited in the future. So I hope you're busy. I've got tomatoes to can. I've still got beans to put up. I'm going to get out in the garden and clean it up and go ahead and plant my peas for the fall. So I just wanted to share this, how to build a bread box. In the coming videos, we're going to show you how to make basic white bread. I'm going to show you how to make those butter biscuits that are so good. And then I'm going to show you my pizza dough recipe, which is so easy, and you can make it, and then you can put it in the freezer and then pull it out when you need a quick supper. And I have been canning my own pizza sauce, so I'll share all that in the video that's coming up. But anyway, I just wanted to stop for a moment and just share with you what I'm doing to try to get ready. Go ahead and get your flour and these ingredients now while they're available. You know, during COVID they weren't available. So go ahead and get those things now and put those in a tub or a pantry or a closet, and then you'll have it. So if you have any questions, leave those below. Now let's go on to see how I can show you how I package these up. Thanks.
All right, I purchased this King Arthur all-purpose flour from Costco, and this is my first bag that I've already packaged up into 3-cup measurements. These are little paper bags that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Now this flour has been sitting in the freezer for 3 days, and then I left it out for another day to warm up to room temperature. So here are the little craft paper bags that I have. I've got some masking tape, the flour, I've got my food saver, and 1 cup measuring. I made some little labels that have all-purpose flour and the date on it, and I'll tape that to the top of the bag. Okay, I measured out the flour 1 cup at a time and 3 cups in each paper bag, and I made sure the cups were nice and packed. I really like the King Arthur all-purpose flour. You can use it in so many good recipes, cobblers, brownies, make your own brownies, pizza dough. It's just a good all-purpose flour, and I really like using it for bread. It also stores very well, so that's why I like it. So then I'm just going to fold down the paper bag after I've got my 3 cups in, and then just take the masking tape and just tape across it. And the reason we're doing it this step is so that it will last longer in storage. I'll only take out 1 bag at a time as I need, and then just reseal the bags using the food saver. But it's a time saver, and it also is preserving the flour for longer term. Now I'm just gluing on my little labels I made. I like to be very organized. You don't have to do this. You could actually just write it on the bag, but I made the little labels and I've stuck them on there. And that's basically it. I just got 24 bags of 3 cups each out of the 2 big large bags of all-purpose flour. So you can see how easy it is. It was a little time consuming, but now my box is built and we're good to go. So here's the food saver, and I rolled out some large plastic bags, and I'm going to put 3 of the little 3-cup paper bags into one of these, and then using the food saver I'm going to seal it up tight and get all of that air out. Now, if you don't have a food saver, you could certainly use the big, and I would recommend the big freezer quart bags because they're thicker, and you could go that route. I just happen to have a food saver, so I like to go ahead and use that and get all of the air out of it. These should be good in storage for probably 2 to 3 years. And that was my goal in creating this bread box, to be able to use it in 2023 or 2024. And then there it is. It's all sealed up, nice and tight, ready to pack. So here is my tub with all of the flour bags. I got 24 out of those 2 big bags from Costco. And now we'll go back over the tote and I'll share with you everything that I got in this tote. We have Crisco, salt, yeast, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, powdered milk. I've got some wheat berries, and then of course all the little bags of flour. And I know y'all did not think I could get it all in that tote, but I certainly did. So I hope this motivates you to get busy and create your own bread box. Just put it in your closet and don't worry about it until the time comes. So thank you all so much for watching. Please stay tuned, and I'll share with you how I make those delicious buttermilk biscuits. Good. Have a very blessed day, friends.